Shana Tova, everyone. So we are about to witness one of the most challenging moments in the Rosh Hashanah service, not only for the Torah readers, no pressure, you guys got this, but the reading of Akedat Yitzchak, the binding of Isaac, in which Avraham is commanded to sacrifice his beloved son for God. And much has been said and written about this story and why we chant it on Rosh Hashanah. And I must admit to you, even as a rabbi, that as many interpretations as I have learned and I have shared with you over the years, I cannot say that any of them have been fully satisfying. Because after it is all said and done, I find it hard to believe, let alone serve a God who would demand the sacrifice of one's beloved child as proof of one's faith. But this year I studied a commentary on this exceedingly difficult part of our people's story with one of my great teachers, Rabbi Art Green, and it satisfied me just a little bit. So I'm going to share that with you today. So our Torah portion reads this morning, Vayihi achar hadvarim ha'ele, va'elohim nisa et Avraham. It was after these things, whatever that means, that God tested Avraham. So while our text only describes God testing Avraham, Art suggests I need to understand the Akedah as a mutual test. God tests Avraham, and Avraham is also testing God. My teacher insists that we bend the text, not unheard of in rabbinic tradition, to mean God was tested along with Avraham. And what difference does this interpretive maneuver make? Functionally, the story of the binding of Yitzchak sets a boundary in the evolution of our religion. It's an announcement that God does not command or desire human sacrifice. Avraham was willing, but God did not want it to happen. But according to my brilliant teacher, God is also tested here. It's as if Avraham, the faithful servant, says, if this is what you really want, I will do it for you. But do you dare ask for this? Do you really want it? Have you thought about how I will feel about you afterwards? Avraham is challenging God again, drawing a line in the sand. Is this what you will demand of a faithful servant? Okay, here it is. And God backs down. And so we're left to ask what gave Avraham the unbelievable courage to do this. Perhaps it's hinted at in the verse we will read, quote, on the third day Avraham lifted his eyes, Vayar et hamakom merachok, and he saw that God, hamakom, was far away. He understood that it could not really be that God would demand this of him, that the God he knew wasn't really present in this command, and he was right. Never again were humans supposed to be forced to play Russian roulette with the lives of their children, and never again could we assume that God would ever want us to do such a thing. So as we spend time contemplating our own relationship with God during these days of awe, may we be moved by this reading of the text and remember, Judaism is about life. It's about squeezing all the life and repair and healing that we can during our short time here on earth. God wants us and our children to live lives of wholeness and holiness, integrity and peace. Just as God and Avraham passed their tests in this parsha, I think we pass the test when we commit to living fully in connection with a God who is close, who loves us, and who wants only what's best for us. You can follow along with our Torah reading on page 103.